Good morning, everyone. Let us start this session. So during the last lecture, we were discussing about the rectilinear motion from the kinematics of particle. And I have given one problem for the homework. That is motion under gravity. So we will complete that problem and then we will start with the next point, that is a variable acceleration. So the problem statement was the water leaks from the ceiling 16-meter high at the rate of 5 drops per second. Find the distance between first and second drop when the first drop has just touched the ground. Okay. So conditions in the problem. Water leaks at rate 5 drops per second. The ceiling height, so this is equal to 16 meter. And the question is distance between first and second drop. When the first drop has just touched the ground. Okay. So this is the schematic diagram for the given problem. So suppose this is the ceiling. Okay. And from this point, water is leaking having the rate 5 drops per second. And this is the ground. So when the first drop has just touched the ground, so this is the first drop. Okay. We have to find out the position of the second drop with respect to the first drop. So we have to find out this vertical distance between the first drop and the second drop. So we will assume this as a h. So we have to find out this vertical height h. Okay. So what is meaning of 5 drops per second? So from this information, we can find out the vertical separation between any two successive drops. Okay. So this vertical separation means it is the time gap between any two successive or consecutive drops. So this is equal to 1/5 second. Okay. So this is equal to 0.2. Okay. So time difference between first and second drop, it will be 0.2 second. So assume the total time taken by the first drop to reach to the ground. So this time, let us take t is equal to t1 second. Okay. So during this t1 second, the first drop, it will cover the distance which is equal to height of the ceiling, that is 16 meter. Okay. So time taken by the first drop to reach to the ground this is equal to t1 second. Okay, and distance covered during this time t1, this is equal to s is equal to 16 meter. Okay, so from this distance we can find out how much time will be taken by the first drop to cover the 16 meter. Okay, so we can use the equation s is equal to ut plus half at square. So we have the distance value that is equal to 16 meter. Time t, it is the unknown which is to be determined. So this is the t1, and acceleration, this is equal to plus 9.81 meter per second square. Why we are considering plus? Because the first drop or any drop, it starts the motion from this point. Okay, so this is the free fall, and for the free fall, initial velocity, its direction in the downward direction. Okay, so for this case, initial velocity, this is equal to 0. This is the motion under gravity. Okay, having the 0 initial velocity. So u is equal to 0. Then s is equal to 16 meter height of the ceiling, and time t is equal to t1, and acceleration, this is equal to plus 9.81 meter per second square. Okay, so put this value in this equation. So 16 is equal to ut is 0 plus half 9.81 into t1 square. Okay, so if you solve this, you will get the value of t1. So calculate this value. So t1, this value is 1.806 second. Okay, so first drop, it will take 1.8 second to reach to the ground. So to find out the position of second drop with respect to the first drop, let us assume the time taken by the second drop, that is t2, to reach to this position. Okay, so t2, it is the time taken by the second drop, which is just behind the first drop. So we have the value of t2. How we can find out the t2 value? Yes, you can give the answer. What is the value of t2? So t2, 1.806 minus 0.2 second. So that is equal to so this is 1.606 second. Now we have to find out the distance covered by the second drop. During the time t2 is equal to 1.606 second. So again use the same equation, s is equal to ut plus half at square. So s value, which is unknown value, so we will take this value as sb. So s is equal to, or s2 for the second drop, distance covered with respect to the ceiling. Then u value is 0, acceleration is same, plus 9.81, and t is equal to t2, that is equal to 1.606. So we will get s2 is equal to 0 plus half 9.81 and 1.606 square. So get the value of S2, that is the distance covered by the second drop during the time 1.6. So this is equal to 12.651. Okay. That means if we refer the given figure, this is the ceiling. So when first drop hits the ground, second drop will be at this position. So this is equal to S2 and this is the S1. Okay. So S1, this is equal to 16 meter height of the ceiling, and S2 it is equal to 12.651. So H is equal to S2 minus S1, sorry, S1 minus S2, and that is equal to 16 minus 12.651. So this is 3.3488. Okay. So this is the distance between the first and second drop. So this is how you can solve this problem. Okay, so now we will start with the variable acceleration from the kinematics of particle. So variable acceleration means for a motion of a particle, if the acceleration is changing with respect to time, okay, or with respect to the space, then we call this as a variable acceleration motion. So for variable acceleration of the particle or an object is changing with respect to time or with respect to the space. Okay, space means position. So this type of motion is called as a variable acceleration motion. So for the variable acceleration is represented. This is function of t, or it is function of the position x. So to solve the problems on the variable acceleration, we must have the differential equation for velocity and the acceleration. Okay. So the differential form of the velocity, v is equal to, it is dx by dt. Okay, that is change in position with respect to time. And from this we can write the acceleration. This is equal to change in velocity with respect to time. Okay. So these two equations, they are the differential equation for the velocity and the acceleration. Okay. So from these two equations, we can write another equation for acceleration. A is equal to, just I will adjust this term. So this is dv by dx into dx by dt. So by this chain rule, we can write acceleration. So what is dx by dt? So dx by dt is nothing but the velocity. So we can write this as, it is dv by dx into velocity. So finally, we get the acceleration, which is v into dv upon dx. Okay. So these are the differential equation. First is the velocity, dx by dt. Then acceleration is dv by dt. Okay. And again, we can write the acceleration as v into dv by dx. So when we solve the problems on the variable acceleration, then acceleration will be given as a function of time. So what is meaning of function of time? The acceleration equation on the right hand side, there will be variable term of the time. So for example, suppose a is given as a 2t square plus t plus 1. Okay, so this is one equation for acceleration, which is a function of time. Okay, and this equation, it represents acceleration is changing with some rate. Okay, and that rate is nothing but this parabolic curve. Okay, so from acceleration, question will be find out the velocity for a particular time. Okay, so you can note down this first problem on the variable acceleration. So acceleration of the particle in a rectilinear motion is given by the equation a is equal to kt square. This is meter per second square. It is found that when v is equal to minus 24 meter per second, t is 0, and v is equal to 48 meter per second, at that instant t is equal to 4 seconds. Also x is equal to 0 at t is equal to 3 seconds. Then find the value of k and also position, velocity, and the acceleration of the particle at t is equal to 2 seconds. Okay, so this problem, it is on the variable acceleration because acceleration is represented by this equation, which is a function of time. Okay, so by using this equation and given conditions, we have to find out the value of k, that is a constant k in that equation, and position, velocity, and the acceleration of the particle at t is equal to 2 seconds. Okay, so refer the given equation. A is equal to k t square. Okay, so this equation, basically it is a function of time. So from this equation, we have to find out the equation for the velocity. Okay, so why we should find out the equation for velocity? Because given information, this is for the velocity and the time. So we need to convert acceleration equation in terms of velocity equation. Okay, so now refer the standard formula for acceleration. So we have two formulae for the acceleration. So first formula is a is equal to dv by dt. Okay, and second formula a is equal to v into dv by dx. Okay, so we can use this second equation, acceleration is equal to v into dv by dx, if acceleration is given as a function of velocity or acceleration is given as a function of the position. When acceleration is given as a function of time, then use the first equation to replace the acceleration term. Okay, so put this value, acceleration is equal to dv by dt in this equation. So this is equal to kt square. Okay, so we can write this equation as dv is equal to kt square into dt. Now from this equation we have to find out the velocity, so we have to cancel out this differential. Okay, so take the integration for both the sides. So integrating both the sides, so integration dv, this is equal to velocity, so this is equal to integration kt square. So you can use the rule of integration. So k is the constant, so integration t square, it will become t cube upon 3. Okay, and as we are just integrating without any limit, so add the constant, so constant is c1. Okay, so this is equation for velocity. Now refer the conditions. At t is equal to 0, we have the v is equal to minus 24 meter per second. So put this condition in the equation 1. So we will get minus 24. This is equal to k. T value is 0. So divided by 3 plus C1. So from this equation, we will get C1 is equal to minus 24. Okay. Now put this value of C1 and again write the equation 1. So equation 1 will be V is equal to KT cube divided by 3 minus 24. So this is the equation of velocity as a function of time. Okay. But in this equation, K value is unknown. Okay. So now refer the condition for velocity and the time. This is the second condition given. So second condition is V is equal to 48 when time t is equal to 4 seconds. So put this condition in this equation. So velocity is 48. So this is equal to k, time is 4 seconds divided by 3 minus 24. Okay, so solve this equation. So we will get 48 plus 24. So this is 72. So k is equal to 3.375. Okay. So in this way, we can find out the constant k in the equation of acceleration. Now put this constant k again in this equation. So we will get the equation for velocity, which is just a function of time without any unknown value. So v is equal to 3.375 minus 24. Okay, so you can simplify this equation. So velocity is equal to 1.125 t cube minus 24. So this is the final equation for velocity. So give this equation 2. Now next we have to find out the position velocity. Okay, so for the position, we must have the equation for x as a function of time. Okay, so now refer equation for velocity. So it is nothing but dx by dt. So put this value in this equation. So dx by dt, this is equal to 1.125 t cube minus 24. Okay. So dx is equal to 1.125 t cube minus 24 into dt, and now you can integrate both the sides. So x is equal to, this is 1.125 t raised to 4th divided by 4 minus 24t plus constant c2. Okay. So now refer the given condition for position and the time. So the condition given is x is equal to 0 when time t is equal to 3 seconds. So put this condition in this equation. So we can find out the constant c2. So x0 when time t is 3. So this is 1.125 upon 4 into 3 raised to 4 minus 24 into 3 plus c2. So c2 is equal to 49.22. So check this answer. And now put this value c2 again in the equation of position. So x is equal to, just simplify this, 1.125 divided by 4. So that is equal to 0.2813 t raised to 4 minus 24t and plus 49.22. So this is the final equation for position as a function of time. So this equation, it represents x as a function of time, and this equation represents velocity as a function of time. Okay. Now refer the last line from the given question. We have to find out position, velocity, and the acceleration when time t is equal to 2 seconds. Okay. So refer the equation for acceleration, velocity, and the position, and put the value t is equal to 2 seconds. So now here we have two equations. One is velocity. So we can find out velocity when time t is equal to 2 seconds. That is equal to 1.125. Put the value t is equal to 2. So this is 2 cube minus 24, and that is equal to minus 15 meter per second. Then position at t is equal to 2 seconds. So this is equal to, put this value in this equation, that is equation 3. This is 0.2813 2 raised to 4th minus 24 into 2 plus 49.22. So this is equal to 5.721 meter. Okay. And then refer the equation for acceleration. So acceleration, this is given by a is equal to kt square, and k value is 3.375. So acceleration as a function of time, this is equal to kt square, and k is 3.375 t square. So put the value t is equal to 2 seconds. So acceleration is t is equal to 2 seconds is equal to 3.375 into 2 square. Okay. So acceleration is 13.5 meter per second square. Okay. So this is how you can complete this problem.